your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, Tim Van Orden here with the Running Raw Project, and today I want to respond to a video that Matt Monarch put up the other day about bringing the raw leaders of the world together. Not that I consider myself a raw leader, I don't. I'm someone that is very curious and likes to experiment and likes to share the information that I come across and likes to share insights that I've had relating to my experience. But I don't consider myself a leader. But Matt's video really got the wheels turning up here, so I wanted to share my thoughts. There's an old story about an ant colony living on the savanna of Africa. And one day the ants of this colony wake up and they go to the many holes to come out of the ground, and their holes are blocked. And some of the ants go up to one hole and they see what looks like a very large toenail. And other ants trying to leave through another exit see what appears to be ivory tusk. And other ants go out and they see the hairs on the end of a tail. Other ants come out and they see an eyeball right above their hole. And they're all confused and blocked, and what is this? And they're all discussing like what's going on. So they come back down to the center of the colony, and some of the ants are saying the problem is the toenail, and the others are saying no, the problem is the eyeball, no, the problem is the tail, no, the problem is the ivory tusk. And they're all fighting and debating over what the issue is, what the truth is. They each see a different thing. And you can't really argue with them, because the ones that saw the tusk, that's what they saw. They saw the tusk. And the ones that saw the eye, saw the eye. And the ones that saw the ass thinks that everything is crap because that's all they saw. But later in the day, which for an ant is a really long time because they don't live that long, suddenly the ground shook and light came down through the holes, because whatever it was that was blocking the holes got up. And when the ants went up to the hole to see what was going on, they saw this massive form moving. And it was still too close for them to see what it was, but as it moved off into the distance, they saw an elephant. It was taking a nap on their holes. But they couldn't see the elephant when they were looking at it up close, because an ant's perspective isn't large enough, the scope isn't wide enough to take in the whole picture. So they fought over tiny pieces of the elephant, but nobody saw the elephant. And that's how I see the raw food movement, if there is such a thing. It's an elephant in the room. And nobody's talking about the elephant in the room. They're talking about toes, and they're talking about tusks, and they're talking about eyes, and they're talking about scaly skin, and some of them are talking about the ass. But nobody's talking about the elephant. But even if we recognize that, we're still looking at the outside. We're looking at the skin. We're looking at the exterior trappings, the ornament. We're not looking in the elephant. We're not learning what does it take to be a better elephant. Some people are talking about how to get the best tusks ever. Other people are talking about how to get the best toenails ever. Some people are learning how to be the best ass ever. But what intrigues me most, and what I think is most valuable, and hopefully this is what I contribute to this discussion, is what's going on inside the elephant. What makes that elephant tick? Not what does it look like, not how big is it, not how strong is it, but what makes it tick? How can it become a better elephant rather than just have better tusks? Unfortunately, I think this is something that most of the raw leaders, the gurus, leave out of the conversation. They focus on the food, they might focus on exercise, but so few of them are focusing on the inside of the elephant, focusing on what it's like to be a human being trying to improve your life, what it's like to be a human being trying to change your diet, change your exercise regimen, change yourself. What is that experience like? It's not just about the tools that you're going to use to get there. It's not just about the fuel that you're going to use to get there, but it's about the thoughts that can help someone get there. Which is one of the reasons that I don't even like calling it the raw food movement. Yeah, my site is running raw, but it's so much more than that to me now. The raw really refers to being vulnerable. It refers to being open. It refers to being honest. It refers to looking at the raw truth. not just raw food. Why do we stumble? Why do we fall down? Why do we have obstacles in our path? Food doesn't fix that, and food isn't the answer for that. It's not just about the food. And yes, it is important to talk about the outside of the elephant, because that's going to bring people to the table. It's going to bring them to the conversation. But we can't just talk about the outside. We also have to incorporate the inside. What does it mean to be an elephant? What does it mean to change your diet, change your life, and change the planet? And the elephant that we're talking about isn't fully mature yet. It's a baby elephant. The raw food movement, the health movement, is young. It's immature. It's still finding its legs. So let's feed it well. Let's nurture it. Let's come together and support it. Let's create a community to raise that elephant. When I was a little kid, there really wasn't any music ever played in the house. But there was one song that my parents would put on rare occasion, and it was called The Baby Elephant Walk. And I always remember they put it on and we'd like dance around the room, everybody doing the Baby Elephant Walk, and it was awesome. And then when my sister got married, she chose that as the song that played when she and her husband, soon-to-be husband, entered into the ceremony. And it was great. And I think that's what we need to do, to realize that this is a marriage. It's a coming together. It's a marriage of ideas. It's a marriage of people. It's a marriage of new foods. It's a marriage of communities. It's a coming together of people interested in a better life. But right now, it's still just a baby elephant, and it's learning how to walk. And we need to recognize that, and we need to help nurture it and nourish it so that it can grow into a big, powerful, mature, adult elephant. A force to be reckoned with. So that's my 2 cents. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's get this elephant on its feet and moving fast. See ya.